Previously, you might have learned how to solve trigonometric equations going from the degrees from 0 to 360. But today I'm going to show you guys how to state the general form for the trigonometric solutions. And that's for any angle that's past 0 degrees and 360 degrees. I'm going to be using the unit circle to do this, but first you guys have to remember that x represents cosine and y represents sine. So I'm going to be doing the general form for cosine first, and then I'll do the others. I also want to point out that c is just a constant. C can be any number, but x is the angle. X is always the solution that you're looking for. Sometimes it can be represented by theta, but it usually means the angle. If we take a look at this coordinate, our cosine is square root of 3 over 2. And so that means that our angle here, in this angle, our angle is 30 degrees. So this angle is going to be 30 degrees. So this would be one of our solutions, because remember arc cosine, I talked to you guys about this last time. The inverse, this just means an angle. This is an angle that we have. And so far our angle is 30. But remember that if we go around the circle 360 degrees, that leaves us at the same spot. So if we go around 260 degrees, that's also represented by 2 pi. This means that you're going around the circle, you're going around 360 degrees, and you can do this multiple times. So you can do it n times, n many times. But now let's look around the unit circle and see if we have any other x values that are exactly the same as the square root of 3 over 2. If we look around, we have another square root of 3 over 2 right over here in this angle. One way that you can get to this angle would just be to go back 30 degrees. So if you go back 30 degrees, that is that same solution. It has that same solution. So because of that, for cosine, we can either go positive 30 degrees or negative. So we can go backwards and forwards with the same degree. So no matter how many times around the circle we go, this is always going to be our general solution for cosine. But now let's do sine. If we look at sine of 30, we actually get 1/2. So that's one angle that is a part of our solution. And from here, again, we're going to look at what other angle has this 1/2. So if we look around the unit circle, we have another half for sine right around here. One way of getting to this angle would be by going to negative 30. So if we go down to negative 30 and then go around 180 degrees, we would end up at this angle here. Since 180 degrees is represented by pi, we can add pi, and we can again do this n many times. Since we went down to the negatives, we want to place a little -1 in front of sine because we went down to the negative numbers. But this is going to be raised to the n power so that it alternates between positive and negative. And remember that n it can either be 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3, and also positive or negative. So this is going to be positive or negative, and so on and so forth. So this is the general solution for sine for any angle once you find one angle. For tangent, remember that tangent is the same thing as saying sine over cosine, but if you guys add a negative over a negative, remember that whenever you divide a negative over a negative, that makes it positive. So negative sine over negative cosine is the same thing as sine over cosine. This means that whenever we're looking at tangent, you can have them both be positive, or if you guys look at the other side, over here, they're the exact same sine and cosine, but in the negative form. So both of these are solutions for tangent of 30. And to get from this angle to this other angle, we had to go around 180 degrees. So we can add pi, which is the same thing as 80 degrees, and we can do that n many times. And that's it for the general solution for tangent. And in this video, I basically went over a general understanding for the general solutions of trigonometric equations, specifically looking at the angle of 30. But in the next video, I will be showing you guys how to apply these into actual equations and find the solution with the general forms. So make sure to subscribe and give this a like for the latest videos.